So with the Ultimate Daily, my 2006 Acura TL, we got to get the entire thing wrapped up, put back together. I'm talking the front end's got to go together. That's headlights, front bumper, lip, side skirts, all that's got to be thrown on. Then we're going to do a full color sand and buff, and by the time this video is over, the car is going to be looking phenomenal.
And now, you're watching the move that is to tell your kid your ice cream is spicy so that way they don't eat any of it. Channel of YouTube. Welcome to Bodie Vision.
Hey, so what is up and welcome, and thank you so much for joining me yet again on another video. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. We got to get the front end put together like I just mentioned. The headlights, all that stuff's got to be set up, and then I got to move into the side skirts. And man, I was just thinking, you know how like when your friends come over to help you put your car together, then they end up just sitting there and drinking all your beers and watching you? You guys are basically my virtual reality friends, but not drinking my beers, watching me put my car together, right? Does that make any sense? I just got the front end thrown together. That front lip was the last piece to go on. Now that front lip is actually an A-spec front lip for an A-spec Acura TL, which this TL is not, but it's an OEM part, an OEM aero kit. So we got the front lip, side skirts, rear lip, and wing. I'm gonna throw the wing on way later. I want to wet sand and buff the car before the wing goes on. But either way, man, OEM factory kits to me look the absolute best, and it just does so much to the overall appearance to the car. And the fact that I was able to find an OEM kit, you know it's gonna fit perfectly. And it does a lot to it, man. So let's get those side skirts thrown on and keep this thing rolling. So now that the car is fully put back together after 3 or 4 weeks here, I lose track of how long it's been. But either way, the car is fully put back together. So now I want to turn my attention to color sanding the vehicle. Now I will talk you through the process and my mindset as I'm going. I'm just gonna throw on the time lapse just so that way I can work. Alright, so here we go. Let's get started on this sanding process. A lot of people like to wet sand. I prefer to dry sand. It's just a way that I could see what I'm doing a little bit easier. When everything is wet, you kind of lose track of what you've sanded, what you haven't sanded, just because it's all wet. And that just comes down to what I found. It's personal preference. So this first little clip here, what I'm showing you, that was 1000 grit. I tend to spend the most amount of time with 1000 because that's when you need to cut down to the final level, or that's when you got to cut out all the imperfections and get everything to one consistent smooth level. And then every grit from 1000 grit, you just start to refine that scratch a little bit more, getting it closer and closer to being polished. As you can see as I'm going, the dust is a lot finer and it's almost a little bit more transparent. That's because the grit is getting higher, or it's getting softer, so you're not able to see as much of that sand coming up because not as much of that dust is coming up with the higher grit sandpapers. Now I edited this so that way I didn't show you every single step, but I'm actually working with 5 different grits. I'm doing 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, and then finishing off with a 3000 grit. As you can see on the hood right here, I'm wiping down the panels in between my grits so that way I can, number 1, get rid of the dust, and also 2, this is kind of acting like a guide coat. If I'm wiping it down in between every single grit, by the time I get to the next grit, I can see what I have done and I have not done, so that helps me a little bit as well. Also, you can see on the edge of the hood right here, I'm not touching that at all with the DA. An area like that where it's really close to the edge or quite a lot of body lines, I like to come back and do that by hand. So I have my DA with my round pads with all of the grits, as well as all of the same grits that I do by hand. So the green is 1000, the red 1500, 2000, 2500, and 3000, using different grits as I go. And then I'm just kind of working my way around the car, getting over to the door. I like to finish the section that I'm working on as I'm working. For example, right here, I'll do both doors 1000, both doors all the way up until 3000. I don't like to just work my way around the car with 1000, come back around the entire car with 1500, so on and so forth. I feel like this helps me stay a little bit more organized. For example, I can go ahead and finish these doors, go inside for lunch, come back out, move my way towards the rear quarter, and it just helps me make sure that I'm doing every single grit on every single square inch of the car that is going to be sanded. Now, if you're new to this process, not every single area needs to be sanded, especially inside those body lines where there's not any orange peel. It's completely fine. By the time it's all buffed, it's all gonna look nice and smooth and consistent. As you can see right here, I'm doing a little bit by hand just in that body line, just to be a little bit more careful, because I don't want the DA to get in there and break through the surface, get to my base coat. If that happens, that's not a good time. Also, around the gas cap, it's a little bit of a pain, but you just gotta work it, get in there nice and carefully. And then something like that, I might not go as hard with the 1000. I might come back a little bit harder on the 1500, just making sure I'm getting every square inch with all 5 grits. And I'm just finishing off with that 3000 grit, wiping everything down by the time I'm done in between each coats, like I just mentioned a second ago, with a microfiber cloth. By the time you wipe it, you should be able to see your reflection in the panel nice and smooth, not seeing any deep scratches. If you do, go back a couple of grits, get those scratches out, and by the time you're all said and done with this entire process, which takes a long time, you will then be ready to buff. So as far as buffing goes, huge shout out to my friend Toby from Autocraft Custom Detail. If you guys are in the Central Florida and need any detailing done, I'm talking about paint correction, ceramic coating, any of your paint needs, but high quality stuff only. If that's what you're looking for, hit him up. His information will be down in the description below. So as far as the buffing went, as you can see, or as you saw in those last few clips, we just attacked the car. We were both buffing on it. It was a lot of work. We were expecting it to take 1, maybe 2 days, but it took all of 2 days, and there was a little bit more fine picking that we still have to do. That's just part of the process, and really the only way for us to see some of those minor imperfections or haziness was for us to take my sunlight gun right here for us to figure out where the haziness still was, because as you can see, it's looking flawless, but the light is going to really help you show you where some of those hazy spots are that still need a little bit more attention. But dude, the color this blue, purple, lilac. What a good color, man. You're gonna have to let me know what you think as far as the next project goes. Man, I cannot wait to show you what that is, and I know you guys are gonna see it because you should be subscribed by now. You should hit the bell if you have not hit it already. Like this video, comment, like I said, subscribe, and I will see you on that next one. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you real soon. I'm out.